Hi, good afternoon. Just about good afternoon. Can we just settle down there? And I'll stand here for the session so that the stage is visible. Hi, good afternoon once again. My name is Siddharth. And what we will discuss in the next 20 odd minutes is essentially the journey of Britannia, a legacy brand, and how have we deployed a modern marketing playbook. Uh, So this is about us. Most of you, I'm sure, are familiar, and I'll just run you through our overall legacy. 130 years of our existence, 18,000 crore revenue, and something that we are quite, proud of, which is the kind of direct distribution that we have, reaching close to 3 million outlets. These are some of the things that companies love to have in their repertoire, and we obviously have this metric with us. A big portfolio. Most of you have grown up on our brands, iconic brands, legacy brands, and some new brands that are coming, new categories that we are entering into. And also, while that is business, there is also a big part of impact that we make, to the society at large. And close to 3 lakh lives are touched upon through our sustainability initiative, which is the Nutrition Foundation. So that's who we are. Point to make a big legacy brand, been there in the country for like more than a century. And now for that kind of a brand, while we have iconic brands, there is an interesting story on how these brands have been contemporary even till date, and how these brands continue to be as relevant as they are today. And that's where marketing comes into the fold. So this is what we had spoken about last year when we had met in the same forum. We have these brands which have been there for years. Good Day, Marigold, 50/50. These are our legacy brands. With marketing we've been able to do is these brands continue to be as contemporary relevant today as they were maybe 2 to 3 generations back. And that has happened on the back of constantly being ahead of the curve, understanding consumer insights, consumer needs, rooted in the brand ethos, and yet embracing new opportunities, new solutions, technology in a big way, so that we can continue to stay relevant to today's consumer. And I will not spend a lot of time discussing this because the core is going to start from the next slide onwards. I will just spend a minute maybe on one of our legacy brands, Britannia Marigold, and one of the initiatives that's quite close to us, which has played an important role in again keeping this brand contemporary and relevant to today's consumer. And so Marigold as a brand champions the cause of women empowerment, and the overall proposition is do more, be more, support women across walks of life because they are athletes in whatever they do. Even if she's a homemaker, she is no less than an athlete, and there are achievers all around us. And so one of the initiatives that we recently executed was on Women's Day. We celebrated a champion athlete, Avni Lekhara. And for people who may not know her, she is due to support her, to celebrate her. And therefore, Marigold, which, as I said, champions the cause of women empowerment, we partnered with her, and to celebrate her success, what we did was a very interesting, innovative campaign where every part of the marketing mix got changed. The product, Marigold as a product, I'm sure all of us have tried it, and it's part of our everyday tea moment. And as a product, actually the product has not, the size, the shape has not changed for the last 18 years. But to celebrate Avni Lekhara's success, we changed the biscuit. We changed the biscuit design. The shape of the size of the biscuit actually was reduced to replicate the target that she had hit in that 10-meter rifle shooting that she won a double gold medal on. And along with the size, the design got changed. So there were 10 different designs to celebrate, to commemorate the 10 winning shots that she had fired. So that, the basic product got changed. The packaging got changed. The entire campaign was created grounds up to celebrate her success. just one example of how we've took a core brand, a legacy brand, and executed a really interesting idea to celebrate a very important milestone, as far as India is concerned. So that's just one glimpse of what we've done on our legacy brand. But that's not all. The core of what I'm going to talk about now is how have we gone about building the entire modern marketing playbook. And that has happened essentially by focusing on one bedrock, which is how do we create immersive consumer experiences. And those immersive consumer experiences have been created across different verticals. We've done that by getting consumers involved in co-creating narratives. We've done that by gamification. We've done that by connecting with culture in different ways. And we've done that by leveraging technology. Technology today is throwing some wonderful surprises at us. AI, AR, we've done that by leveraging technology as well. So these are the four verticals that I'm going to briefly touch upon using examples. So a lot of content, have fun viewing the content. And as you view it, we'll also explain the principles we follow to create a playbook. So getting into the first pillar, which is how have we created these immersive experiences by getting consumers to co-create with us. So two examples that I'm going to touch upon here. The first one is on Britannia Milk Bikis. Now Milk Bikis happens to be an iconic brand in Tamil Nadu. So people here who are from the state of Tamil Nadu would be able to appreciate the kind of the stature that the brand has in that state. And the brand over a period of time has actually been quite progressive. The brand today actually stands for progressive parenting in the state of Tamil Nadu. And what we actually actively talk about is shared parenting, co-parenting. We encourage dads to be equal partners in the parenting journey of the kids. So while that's the core proposition of the brand in the state, one of the key insights that we discovered was that while dads want to be actively involved in their upbringing of the children and want to be involved in everyday day-to-day parenting, one of the challenges that they face is one important parent-kid bonding moment is that storytelling to put the kid to sleep. Now, while that moment is something that the dads want to actively participate in, they struggle because they don't have the creativity to churn out a new story every day to the kid. And the same story doesn't land. Every day the kid wants, a new story. Now, I'm sure that's a universal parenting insight. Now, and that's the insight that, led us to this, tech-enabled platform, which was called Milk Bikis Adengappa Kadaigal, which is about, wow, become a storyteller. And how did we go about it? It was, again, an AI-enabled platform, a storytelling platform, where the dads had to just scan any simple household object around them. And once they scanned, it got converted into something which became an active part of a larger story. So for example, if the dad were to scan a TV remote, the TV remote transformed into a magic wand, and that magic wand got integrated into a story, and the dad got the story in front of them on their mobiles so that they could just read it out and become a hero. So that was how the entire AI-enabled campaign was deployed to get dads to become storytellers. And I'll just show you the video for the same.
No story, na? No homework.
கதையா?
இப்ப பாரு, ஒரு ஊர்ல இருந்து ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுவாரு.
அவ கதை பிடிக்கலன்னு ஓடிடுவா. டெய்லி இதே வேலைதான்.
நீங்க பேசினீங்களா?
சார், கதைனா ஒரு ட்விஸ்ட், ஒரு பஞ்ச். நீங்க எதுக்கு சரிப்பட்டு வர மாட்டீங்க?
ஆஃப்டர் ஆல் ஒரு பென்சில் நீ.
ஏன் நான் ஒரு மேஜிக் கொண்டா இருக்கலாமே?
நான் UFO. ஜக்கர், நான் ராக்கெட்.
நான் டைம் மிஷின்.
அடேங்கப்பா.
அதேதான். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பிரிட்டானியா மில்க் பிக்கிஸ் பேக்கை ஸ்கேன் பண்ணி உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்ச வீட்டு சாமான ஸ்கேன் பண்ணுங்க. பிரிட்டானியா மில்க் பிக்கிஸ் இனி அன்லிமிட்டட் ஸ்டோரிஸ் தரும் பேக்கும் கூட. பேக்கை ஸ்கேன் பண்ணி ஸ்டோரிஸை பார்த்து உங்க குழந்தையை இம்ப்ரெஸ் பண்ணி வெறும் அப்பால இருந்து ஆகுங்க.
அடேங்கப்பா.
So lakhs of stories got generated. and we were quite, happy, quite positively surprised with the number of stories and number of parents that reached out to us, saying that the platform, the experience is really helping them become, get close to their kids, because they could, and the beauty of it was thousands of objects around them got converted into thousands of different characters and became integrated into lakhs of stories, and it was all AI generated, so the stories didn't even repeat. So that was just one example of getting consumers to become part of the brand storytelling. Another example, Britannia Bourbon, again 70 years of existence in the country, and while bourbon has been there for now decades, and what we learned was consumers today are actively using bourbon to create some household recipes. I'm sure most of us must also be doing that. Create some simple desserts out of it, create some slightly complicated baking desserts, etc., etc. So we thought, if that's already happening, how do we fuel it further? And that led to the birth of Britannia Bourbon It. Again, a Google Gemini AI-led initiative where the idea was simple: convert any dessert recipe into a bourbon recipe. What the consumers had to do was basically just share any dessert recipe that they see around them. They could send it to us by text, video, audio, picture, anyway. It was a multimodal AI that got activated. So any way in which consumers wanted to share their regular dessert recipe that they saw around them, they could do that. And in a matter of minutes, we served them a bourbonized dessert recipe for them to try out and share that further with us. So I'll just run you through how the entire thing panned out. So the QR code is still active. So in case anyone wants to see that experience, you can scan, while I'll just talk through the entire experience. So essentially, consumers had to scan, and they landed on a platform. That platform, they just had to submit any of their dessert recipe through any medium. As I said, you could speak, you could send a picture, you could send a video, and in a matter of minutes, those recipes got bourbonized. Bourbon became an active, important ingredient in that recipe, and the recipe was served back to them. What was really interesting and heartening to see is more than 5 lakh odd number of recipes were served to the consumers. And of that, close to 30,000 people actually created those recipes and shared back with us by means of either their entire video or the final picture of the recipe, because they had to share those with us to be able to get exciting prizes. But what was really interesting to see there was, how consumers participated in what we wanted them to do. So one key takeaway for all of us here: give consumers some interesting ideas and interesting stories, and they actively become part of your narrative. And by doing that, an important pillar of modern marketing creation got served for us. Now moving to the next pillar. So the first one was co-creating with consumers, getting consumers to become part of your narratives. Second one is gamification. Now again, technology today has reached new milestones. It's breaking milestones on a daily basis, and people are again using technology for a lot of these interesting games that they play, and that's become part of, again, very simple. That's quite intuitive, and it's all around us. How do we use gamification to elevate our brand experiences? That's again an important pillar that has led to our modern marketing charter. So again, 2 examples that I'll talk about here. The first one is Britannia 50/50. Again, this is one of our legacy brands, and as a brand, it's quite deeply rooted in cricket. It has a point of view on cricket. It is connected to cricket. There is a certain interesting duality around cricket that we always try and leverage. So while the brand is rooted in cricket, there was another interesting insight that led to the birth of this platform, which is we all love to watch cricket, but we don't just watch cricket. India today doesn't just watch cricket. It watches it so closely and so intensely that everyone is an armchair umpire. Everyone wants to, wants to give his or her own decision at any point in time, and that's how deeply engrossed we are. That's how deeply connected we are to the game of cricket. That's essentially, our association with that sport. So therefore, our thought was, if India is so deeply connected to cricket, and if this armchair empire is there in every household, why not launch a platform which is called 50-50 Fourth Empire, where we actually got people to play interesting games, simple games, unpredictable different situations, and ask them to give their verdict, to predict what the decision will be. And that was pretty much Britannia for 50-50 Fourth Empire. Again, AI-enabled platform, different cricketing situations, fun games which were given to them, and they had to predict what the decision will be. So this is how it played out. So which was called India Mein Ab Har Koi Banega Empire. Completely, picking up from a very strong insight of India actually, being so strongly connected with cricket that there is an empire in every home. Again, the QR code is active, so if you want to scan to, see the experience, and that's how the experience played out. People had to share their details, and very simple cricketing situations were played out to them, because we do understand that yes, there is a population that's a cricketing fanatic, where they understand the rules of the game. There is also an equally big part of India, the homemakers of India, who may not understand the technicalities as much, but still know the basics of cricket because it's getting played in every household. So therefore, those cricketing situations were quite simple, so that the masses could, could go through those and still predict what the decision, what the actual decision will be, which is what led to a very strong adoption, and we got some fantastic numbers here as well. That's one example of how we've used gamification. The other one, again, quite close to all our hearts, is Britannia Milk Bikis Smart Moves. Now again, the sporting culture in the country has been evolving over the last maybe 5-7 years. India continues to love its cricket, but now is also celebrating our athletes and our sports sensations that are doing fantastically well on global platforms outside cricket. And there are so many other sports that we are all doing so well in, and which is very, very heartening to see. And therefore, as a brand, we also feel it's equally our responsibility to give these other sports the platform that we've given cricket for so many years, because India is seeing that change. The other sports are becoming very, very salient, and we are doing well on in those sports on global platforms. We are winning medals like never before. So therefore, on Milk Bikis, we picked up another sport, which is chess. Had another sporting sensation come to us, Bukesh, and the two put together led to another platform, a gamified platform, which is Smart Moves. And this essentially, again, while the sporting connect is what I spoke about, another important insight for as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned is the desire for kids to do well. I mean, all kids want all parents want their kids to do well, and they want that mental growth and development to really, be a strong asset for them. So, which is where critical thinking is something we wanted to stimulate, and chess is an absolute, perfect connect as far as a sport is concerned, to stimulate critical thinking, to stimulate mental growth and development. So therefore, even the parents, fully bought into the platform. Parents encourage their kids to, start playing the game of chess, because they strongly feel that it does help their, it develops their minds a lot better, sharper. And therefore, that led to this platform, which is Smart Moves. Again, AI-enabled platform, different. So the kids got 2 moves, and in those 2 moves, they had to try to beat Gukesh. And those 2 moves were not, or the way the board was set up was not predictable. There were different scenarios. There were thousands of different scenarios which were laid out. And when you started to play the game, multiples of those scenarios kept coming for you to be able to understand the game, understand what is the situation of the game at that point in time, and use 2 moves to beat Gukesh. So again, what it did was it got the parents fully involved and got them to actively buy Milk Bikis even more than before. Got parents to actually encourage their kids to play the game. And so because it helps it helps their brains to kind of start functioning even better, so that they can anticipate the sport and play their two moves. And at the end of it, again, we got a campaign which really helped us use gamification in an interesting way to get the state connected. That was again, so two examples of the second pillar, which is use of gamification, AI enabled gamification, to ladder up to modern marketing on brands. The third pillar is how have we started to leverage culture in a big way. Now, India, very, very diverse country, different states, different regions, different cultural nuances, and that's like a super fertile space for a brand to jump into and see how do you connect with the country. And therefore, two examples that I'll show here. One is again on Milk Bikis, where for 18th July happens to be Tamil Nadu Day, where the statehood gets celebrated, and again it's a big thing for the state, and for the brand it's a perfect moment to again delve deeper into the culture. So therefore, what we did there was on Milk Bikis Classic. Now the brand has the stature that Milk Bikis has in Tamil Nadu. It enables us to penetrate very deep into the state, and therefore what we did was we went into hyper localized, personalized, different pockets of the state, and each city in Tamil Nadu happens to have some iconic landmarks. And as part of the Tamil Nadu Day celebration, what Milk Bikis did was celebrate each of those localized iconic landmarks by using the biscuit as the catalyst to depict that landmark. And using the biscuit as a catalyst didn't come out of thin air. That again was strongly rooted in the consumption ritual of this product. If again you talk to any Tamilian who's grown up on this brand, there is a very clear ritual that they have even today. There's a very clear ritual that they have even today on how they consume it. They will first nibble the borders, they will first nibble the floral border, and then come to the Britannia, and then those individual letters get consumed. Now that again is the product consumption truth. It's a product ritual. That coupled with celebrating each of these local landmarks of the state got to this campaign where there were 80 odd different outdoor sites that were put up in 80 different cities, and each city had its own iconic landmark celebrated, depicted by this biscuit, cut in, munched in this manner. So if there is if the Chennai city wanted to celebrate the Satyam cinema, it was done in this iconic way, which very clearly resonates with the iconic superstar Rajnikant. Or if we had to celebrate the Chepauk Stadium, it was Thala number 7. So very clear, picking up those cultural nuances and depicting them rooted in a consumption ritual of this biscuit. I'll just show the film for the same.
தகரு தகரு கிறங்க வைக்கிற எங்க பர பீட்டுடே ஃபில்டர் காபி மல்லிப்பூ மனக்கு ரத வீட்டி ஸ்பிரிட்டுடே ஸ்டைல் பறக்கும் சூப்பர் ஸ்டார் மாசே கண்ணால விசில கிளப்பு எங்க தன ஷாட்டுடே உடம்புல எங்க பயவுள்ள எல்லாம் கோட்டுடே கோட்டுடே தேர்வ தந்தா உயர்வு தரும் இது நம்ம டிஎன் ஸ்டேடிடி விஷ் யூ ஆல் a happy TN day. We wish you all a happy Tamil Nadu day.
I've been told I'm running out of time, so I'll just keep it brisk. The other one was again recently done on Good Day, Flavors of Equality pack. The intent here was again very noble. It was about a brand wanting to open up conversations on inclusivity across different subjects. And therefore, for Pride Month, we thought in order to open up conversations on the subject, which is not a very openly discussed subject, how do we create a interesting pack that becomes the catalyst to those conversations? And therefore, that led to the birth of this Flavors of Equality pack, where what we did was we reached out to our biggest competitor and said, let's come together for inclusivity to depict this entire spirit of inclusivity let's come together and co-create a pack, which opens up conversations. The intent was to open up conversations on all topics, especially topics which are not openly discussed in the country today. And therefore, we reached out with an open letter. Fortunately, they responded and we had the pack in the market. But more importantly, it led to a lot of conversations. A lot of conversations which are rooted in culture today, a lot of conversations around a topic which is not a very comfortable topic today, which was our North Star. And therefore, this is another initiative that we recently deployed. The last pillar is use of technology, AI, AR in offering immersive experience to consumers. And I will run through this. So this is something we've been doing on our new brand. Pure Magic is a relatively newer brand for us, not a legacy brand, and we are trying to create this brand grounds up. And here on Pure Magic Choco Frames, we've collaborated. It's a first of its kind F&B, food and beverage collab with the Warner team on Harry Potter. It's a Harry Potter IP that we have. And with that IP, there is interesting use of technology that we've been deploying, and there are 2 editions that we've done so far. The recent one happened just yesterday. I don't know if anyone would have. I'm sure someone, few of us you would have seen. The link is still active. It was Harry Potter's birthday yesterday, and as part of that birthday celebration, we had a print ad sponsored by Pure Magic Choco Frames, where we wanted people to scan the QR code and join us for an immersive AR-enabled birthday party celebration. Not just an AR-enabled birthday celebration, it also culminated into an actual live streaming, first of its kind live streaming of a birthday party that actually happened in Bombay, but people anywhere could get live streaming of that just on the scan of their phone. So again, a very innovative use of AR to be able to, and mixed reality, to be able to celebrate a momentous occasion on a brand which is a new age brand talking to Gen Z. In the interest of time, maybe I'll skip the video. But just for you to get a glimpse. So the moment they scanned, they actually got like entry into the entire birthday party. And while through the day they had these immersive experiences to basically participate in the evening the doors opened for the live streaming, which happened live streaming of the birthday real time that happened in Bombay. And similarly, we had also celebrated Valentine's Day last year through again an AR-enabled mixed media experience, where a scan of a print ad led to an AR experience where a personalized Valentine's Day message could be sent on the biscuit to whoever you wanted to. And the last one to end my session, again, use of AI, AR, an initiative that's very close to us, which is Britannia AI, which again is another initiative to celebrate inclusivity or to pitch for inclusivity across the society. And this is again a Google Astra AI-enabled capability that we've created, which democratizes the retail shopping for the visually impaired. So therefore, just by using their phone, it becomes a medium for them to actually enter the retail store and buy whatever they want with a voice-enabled AI assistant, enabling them to shop, giving them all the inputs about the products, right from the product details to the back of the pack information, so on and so forth. So essentially, AI enabling visually impaired to actually step out and shop for themselves. So I will leave you with my final video.
Welcome. Let's go to the Britannia biscuit section. Walk straight ahead. Now turn right. Turn left. You have reached. This is Britannia NutriChoice digestive cookies.
What is the expiry date?
The expiry date is the 27th of September 2025.
Can you guide me to the checkout counter?
Turn right and walk straight. You have reached the checkout counter. Thank you for using Britannia AI.
Meet Britannia AI,
a Google Gemini powered AI voice assistant designed to give millions of visually impaired individuals across India the confidence to shop with complete independence.
I love shopping. But it is not so simple for people like us.
Britannia AI, visually impaired shoppers can navigate their way through stores. It guides them to Britannia products, provides details on variants. This is Britannia milk Bikis. And even alerts them to allergen and key information, all through voice.
It feels like having a friend in the store who exactly understands what I need.
You are almost there. The result? A progressive step towards increased independence and self-reliance for visually impaired individuals.
This is Britannia. You no longer need to depend on anybody else for everything which makes your shopping experience more enjoyable.
Everyone deserves the dignity of choice. Britannia initiative is a step towards true inclusivity.
Britannia AI, making independence for the visually impaired a reality, one step at a time. Hope I was able to help you.
So yeah, that's what I had to share. The 4 pillars which are leading the modern marketing playbook for Britannia. Thank you so much.